All right, guys, I'm going to give you a little primer on how to use the ukulele. Some of you have used these before, so it shouldn't be that hard. This year, I've gone through and I've put a few things on the ukulele to make life easier. Number one, if you take a look, I have dots. Dots, dots. The dots show you where to put your fingers to play different chords. Okay, I'll talk about that in a second because we're going to use these this year. And I thought that was a much easier way to do it. The things I want to go over before we really get started is some taking care of the ukulele type stuff. Number one, you need to know that these ukuleles are never ever to be set on the ground. They stay in your hands because we need to keep them safe. Number two, the boxes that they are in. This is what I store these in. This right here needs to be taken care of too. So leave this in a safe spot. Do not leave it somewhere where people will step on it. Number three, for taking care of your instrument, these right here are the tuning knobs, okay? When you get your ukulele, it should sound like that. If it doesn't, I will tune it up. You are not allowed to touch these. These are only for Mr. Bullock to touch, not for you to touch, okay? And that's because if you turn these too tight, you will break a string, or you could even distort a string. Either way, it's not a good thing. So do not touch these. All right, those are my three things for taking care of the ukulele. It stays in your hand. Take care of the boxes. And do not turn the tuning pegs. All right, next. This year, I put dots, like I said, on the ukulele to help you play. If you put your fingers on these dots, you will play different chords. These are the three main chords we play. If I play the red, put a finger there, I will play an F chord. When I put my fingers on the chords, I put them on both of the things that are the same color. So I put my fingers on the two reds, and I strum all the strings. That's how I play an F. To play a C, I'm going to go to the green. Okay, there's only one green one. It makes it nice and easy. To play the G, that's the hardest one. Put my finger on all three right there. Now, that sounds nice and easy, and it does make life a lot easier because you have those dots and you can see right where to put your fingers at all times. But if you don't put your finger on the strings correctly, it's not going to sound good. It's going to sound icky. So for instance, I can put my fingers on the Fs. And my problem is, the reason it sounds like this is because I have my fingers on here terribly. If you look, my fingers are smushed down on multiple strings. It's not going to play like that. To play it correctly, I have to put my fingers up like this so that the tips of my fingers are what are pushing down. You can see I'm using the tip of my finger. I'm not using the fat part of my finger, so it's like that. I'm using just the tip and up close. Just the tips. Okay? Now, the other thing about this is when I do this, you can see I have the other strings, so they're open. Let's see if I can get you a better angle. There you go. That's with just the tips of my fingers pushing down. I'm not touching other strings, just the one. And I push down hard enough that I leave dents in my fingers. Okay, you can see those little marks, can you? Those are from me pushing down. So if I go, you can see I pushed down hard enough that I have dents on my fingers. That's how hard you have to push. You just have to. Otherwise, it won't sound good. So the idea of this is to come straight down on the string, straight down, and use the tip of your finger. All right, there's one more thing I want to talk to you guys about on this video, and that's how to strum. I have a lot of people who come up to me and say, Mr. Bullock, my thumb hurts. There is a much easier way to do this. Number one, these are just little instruments. They're just little. You can play them soft. So you go, all right, if I do, oh, ram, sam, sam, oh, ram, sam, sam, gooly, 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 ram, sam, sam. I only strummed like 4 times. You don't have to go, oh, ram, sam, sam, oh, ram, sam, sam, and make it so that your thumb is hurting you. You take your time. You go slow. You don't have to play it a bunch of times. So that's number one. You can take it easy. Number two, when I play fast, if I have to, I don't even use my thumbs. I use the backs of my nails. You guys can do that. If worse comes to worse, you can use a little pick. Okay, you come up and ask me, but no, you have to return these picks to me. I'm hiding behind a pick. Also, besides using a pick, you can just take it easy. We don't play crazy. They're just a little instrument with plastic strings. All right, as a review, caring for the instruments, you keep them in your hands, you take care of the boxes, and you don't turn the knobs. Press down on the strings, straight up and down. You can press down on the colors. That's how it goes now. And don't strum wild and crazy. Got it? You guys will be amazing. You'll sound so good. I'm just playing because there's a camera in front of me.